Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. I appreciate you coming back for the first of the month, which means it's all about the mouse. And this month we have a theme, and the theme was Disney movies. But instead of doing Disney movies, I am a huge fan of Disney bounding. I do it a lot. And I chose to use the colors and that kind of theme of a Disney movie to guide my layout. So initially I had chosen my favorite Disney movie, which is Sleeping Beauty. And then I saw this incredible cut file that I'm going to be using here in a little bit. And it was, excuse me, it's a clock with flowers around it. So that's the cut file right there. And it's awesome. And so it kind of went a little more Alice in Wonderland. So I'm sure you did not want to watch me back an entire cut file because it took me a long time. So we skipped forward a little bit and you see the photos that I'm going to be using there. So I am still keeping a hint of Disney there in the photos. And the photos are from a bar here in Las Vegas called Millennium Fandom. And it's kind of themed around cosplay, which is dressing up like characters or as characters, and they have different themed nights, and it's just the best bar in the whole world, and the owner's incredible. Everything, you should go if you ever come to Las Vegas. So they had a Disney night, and my friend Lynn and I, we dressed up. Actually, Jeff came too. He wore his Woody hoodie, and so we went to Millennium Fandom for Disney night, and the drinks that you're going to be able to see are Harry Potter Hogwarts house themed drinks. So I am a Hufflepuff and she is a Slytherin. Jeff was not drinking because he was driving, but we actually took the Pottermore quiz while we were sitting there, and he ended up being Gryffindor. So the other part of this layout that I'm doing is that they had a theme, and or not, they didn't have a theme this past month, right? So all of March was Calvin Ball, and Calvin Ball is this wonderful thing that is done by Alice Bull over at Scrap Happy, and you get points for things that you put on layouts. So I decided to do for this layout like a just see how much I can possibly put on. So all the things that you're going to see around my desk are things that can be used for points. And so they have use a cut file was one of the points, and have pink, one of the points. It was recently oh shoot, it was for purple. You were supposed to put purple on your layout for, it was epilepsy awareness, I believe. Oh my gosh, I feel so silly. Epilepsy awareness. And so there's some purple on this layout. One of the other things that was on here was frames. That was a point with Calvin Ball. So I use that frame. I like it's part Alice in Wonderland themed. So I used the black and white because that's very, for me, reminiscent of Alice in Wonderland. And then I cut that in half, so it just kind of worked as the backing of that file. Another point on Calvin Ball was to use vellum, so I busted out the vellum. Another thing was torn paper, and this had already been torn, so it was perfect. And I used that, the torn piece, the piece that it had been torn for a different layout, and I used that part, the remnants of that. That's from a Chamel collection. And then I'm just kind of trying to nest them together, trying to figure out how the configuration would work. And then we're going to add some washi tape with holographic foil on it and a little dragon. Again, all these things are points. So I believe the layout ended up coming to 67 points. Another point we're doing right here, use a stencil. And the other point we're getting is to use stars and hearts. So this is an awesome little template, or a little stencil that I have here. And it is from Heidi Swap. And so it has kind of a confetti type pattern of hearts, a confetti of stars, and a confetti of little circles. So that's what I decided to use. And I have, strangely enough, been really loving purple lately. That's usually a color that we hear about a lot in scrapbooking as being one of those really difficult things to use, one of the difficult colors to use. And for some reason, it's just been really popping out at me lately, and I like it. So the next thing that I did, again for points, is I used these labels. It's from this is the actual way that the cut apart sheet looks like for the labels that I used on the telephone hop. So in the telephone hop, they had the labels there on the side. It was I believe the last process video that I did, and I just recolored them in Photoshop. So the ones that you're seeing here, again, those are from Studio Calico, and they're printables, and these are the original colors that they came in, and they are a beautiful mix of colors that I love. And then I'm cutting apart now the rainbow, which is one of the points, and so it's fussy cutting, and putting that rainbow on there from a Chamel paper. And one of the kind of silly points that I managed to put in there was one of the points things for Calvin Ball was gnomes. It's a hard one, guys. I don't garden. I don't do anything particularly gnome related. So, which I don't know what it would be other than gardening. So I used some of those I have gnome washi because it's cute, guys. They came in a tube of just really cute washi tape, and I used it. So you can see there the final layout. There's the gnomes, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for coming by.